good morning and happy Wednesday from York. So I'm here on a whistle stop day. I got the train up last night because unfortunately I'm attending a funeral, but I thought whilst I'm up here I'd try and get out and see the beautiful sights of York, although I'm not sure how much I'm going to see this morning, but let's wait and see. So I am running round York Racecourse. Now I believe this is actually the parkrun route, and it is meant to be one of the quick ones, and I can see why. Obviously it's a racecourse, looks flat, but it's tarmacked, fairly wide, and it's like a huge racetrack. So yeah, as I said, sadly it's Wednesday, so no parkrun for me today, but I'm gonna have a little run around anyway. I'm a bit pressed for time, so I've only got half an hour, so I'll do what I can before I get back. This is actually my first run of the week, so it's Wednesday, as I said. My knee was a little bit sore on Monday after the longish run on Sunday, so I decided to have a little rest. And then yesterday I was in London and then got the train up to York late last night, so no chance for a run. So probably do about 4 miles this morning, and then no run tomorrow because I'm on the early train to London, and I'm in London all day. And then it's my office Christmas party, and then hopefully I'll try and get out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So my volume might dip a little compared to last week, but I'll still try if I can get it up to kind of mid to late 20s. If I can get it into 30s, great. What's funny is I worked in York for almost 2 years when I first started my working career. Now, I was commuting from Leeds at the time, but I never ever ran around here, and here I am probably nearly 20 years later, and this is my first lap of York Racecourse. I have to say, they are a friendly bunch up here. So pretty much every runner, every dog walker I went past said hello, good morning, had a smile on their face. Obviously a nice place to live. Now I can't be too complimentary because this is still the wrong side of the pen island to me, but we'll give them credit where credit's due. Good afternoon and happy Saturday. So, bit different this week. I did do a little bit of filming this morning at parkrun, but not a lot because I was pacing my friend Luke, who has just come back from injury. So I was pacing 25. We did 24, 26 in the end, so a bit quick, but actually like
it was, as long as he was comfortable, we pushed it a little bit on that last K. So yeah, not a bad performance. Running wise, I haven't done enough again this week. I did one run earlier in the week, which was before the funeral in York on Wednesday morning, and then couldn't run Thursday because I was on the early train back from York to London, and then it was my Christmas party. And then yesterday I should have gone out. I should have gone out on Friday. My Christmas party wasn't late. There was no reason why I didn't. I just couldn't find the motivation. So yeah, a little bit less than I would have liked. So I've been out and done parkrun this morning. As you can see, I'm currently prepping for our Christmas party, which we're hosting this evening. So we've got about 30 people. So between adults and children, so some close friends, Claire's family, etc. So it's 1:15, 1:20 now. They're arriving from about 4:30, so I've got time. Feel fairly prepared, but it's usually quite a boozy late night. So we will have to see how today and this evening goes as to how far and what I do tomorrow morning. But yeah, there we go. So not enough mileage again. Bit of a disappointment. I should have got my arse into gear yesterday and done it, and I didn't. But I did get out and do a sort of 24-30-ish park run this morning. So it is what it is, Let's just see how things go tomorrow, and hopefully I won't be too hungover. Good afternoon and happy Sunday. So it is it's not the morning after the night before, it's the afternoon after the night before. So we had our Christmas party last night. It wasn't quite as raucous as it's been in previous years. There were a lot more children, so a lot of our friends have had their children over the last few years since the last time we did it. So yeah, it was a little bit more subdued this year. Yeah, it was nice. But I spent most of the morning kind of doing a clear up and putting the house back together. So hence why I'm getting out a little bit later. But yeah, it was a nice evening. We had probably about 20 adults and about sort of 10 to 12 children in the end. So it was quite a nice mix. Got to bed about 1, so not silly late. And although there was only a sort of core, die-hard few of us left at the end in the living room, just having a drink and having a chat. So it wasn't too intense. But yeah, it means I'm now only just getting out for my Sunday long run. Although I don't know how long it's actually going to be today. I'll just have to see how I feel, I think. As I was doing the clearing up this morning, I was watching a few YouTube videos, as you do, and I watched Jake Barraclough, so ran to Japan's video of his Valencia marathon last week. That looked absolutely brutal. I mean, he took himself into a very dark place. I'm not sure I'd be able to sort of take it to the extreme that he did. It was a bit scary actually in places. And you get the clip of when Nick Bester runs past him and tells him to, there's more important things and, to drop out. But he doesn't seem to have a clue what's going on. So I'm glad he's okay, but it was scary stuff. But what it did highlight for me actually is, I think this time of year actually is probably quite a nice time to train, as in to do a marathon. So Valencia last weekend and Malaga this morning, so knew a few people doing that, so well done and congratulations to those that did that. But I like the idea of a December marathon because then you can give yourself a few weeks off potentially over Christmas or sort of wind down, and then if you've got a spring marathon, you're straight back into it and your fitness levels are pretty good. Now I know it's not a huge turnaround, but yeah, I quite like that idea for next year, so I might look at Valencia or Malaga as an option for next year. Started with the gloves. It's really mild.
going to be a big mileage week this week. I think I've already made that pretty clear. I should have gone out on Friday really and tried to do more. I probably should have tried to top up yesterday as well, either running 2 parkrun or a longer cool down, but I didn't, unfortunately. So yeah, it is going to be quite a low mileage week this week, but I'm still out, you know, I'm still doing it, so I can't be too hard on myself. But I really do need to pull my finger out. I don't know how many of you have already looked at your Strava Wrapped for the year, which is obviously your statistics that Strava has captured over the last 12 months on things like how many days active you've been, how many miles you've clocked up or kilometres, how many feet or metres of elevation you've had, and your hours spent with activities. But I got mine this week, and unsurprisingly, all my metrics are down. And for me, I guess the big one is the volume. So I'm down 7% year on year from volume. I've done just under 1,700 miles so far this year. But as I said, all of them are down. And what I'm planning on doing is going to do a little video next week on a bit of a deep dive into my year, how it went, and hopefully what I can do better in 2026. So I am just coming up to around about 10k, fairly easy pace, albeit as ever my heart rate is not really playing ball, but you know, given a fair few wines last night, I'm not entirely surprised. So I think, given where I am on the route, this will probably turn into a 16, maybe 17k run, which actually I'm fine with that. If I'd have gone out with that in mind, I think I'd have been happy with that. So yeah, so far so good, and we'll be back hopefully in about half an hour or something like that. The only thing I don't think I've factored in particularly well here is the light, because it is already starting to get a little gloomy, and ideally my route back would be through the woods back home, but I don't have my chest torch with me, and if I don't get my skates on, it's going to be quite dark running through there, which is fine. I've got my phone light, but still not really what I want to be doing. Yeah, so it's definitely starting to get gloomy now. I'm not even sure if you can see me properly or not, but I've got about 2k left to go. So yeah, it is going to be gloomy going through those woods, but hopefully there'll be just enough natural light to get back. I timed my run through Royal Tonbridge Wells perfectly, actually, because, as I said, dusk was setting in, all the Christmas lights were on, quite a lot of Christmas shoppers out. So yeah, it's actually really nice. I'd not seen the Christmas lights properly since I've been in town, so yeah, it was good to see what they're all about. So I am going to brave the woods. It is dark, but it is only 4:15, and I've got my phone torch, so I'm going to do that. So it'll be about 17k by the time I get back, which I'm very pleased with given the circumstances of getting out later, it being darker. Generally not really feeling it today, so, but at least I've got out and got it done. So this week hasn't been a total write-off in terms of distance or getting out. So we will see what the week ahead brings.